Hey there, this is Malorian, and this is going to be the last game of the Bretonnian Campaign. It's game 10, and the reason why I know it's the last one is going into the game 10s, both, Once Bitten, well, Anthony and myself, all of us are at 11 virtues out of 13. So it's going to be like, oh, it's at the finish line. Now, Anthony got his game out first, and he got both of them. So he's already at 13. So the best we can do is tie. Now, the two that I need to get are the ones where you need to heroic killing blow something. You can't killing blow normally. And then you have to also, I've done another one where I have to charge a cavalry unit and break it on the charge. And right there, I thought, like, what are the odds? My next guy's going to have some cav and I can pull the stuff off. Well, I arranged the game and I actually get to play against a Warriors of Chaos guy. And it's a pretty damn scary army. He's going to have all the chariots, the demon prince, the chimeras. However, he does have a unit of skull crushers, which normally would be a good thing. Like, hooray, I'm up against skull crushers. Hey, but at least I have a chance of getting the virtue, right? Making this even worse is his demon prince is not the normal Nurgle version. He's Tzinch, and so he's going to have the lore of metal. So that's bad, seeing as I have zero magic defense whatsoever. But you know what? Going into this, I don't know if I can beat him. I don't know if I can actually even get my virtues off. It's going to have to be... I mean, he had a lot of things I can killing blow, but, I mean, it's just going to be about what I can roll and all this. Can I actually get the charge on his skull crushers and break them? But you know what? To me, I almost have one personal mission in this, and that's I don't think anybody else really knows this, but I have never heroic killing blowed anything. Anything ever. And, I mean, meanwhile, you have, like, Once Bitten, and I think he's killing blowed everything that's actually possible to killing blow in the game. But for myself, I never take it, I almost never take lords. Normally in a Bret army, I just take a prophetess and a BSB, and that's it. And so, yeah, I've never killing blowed anything. It's not available anywhere else for my armies. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. If I can heroic killing blow one thing, it'll be a personal victory. But, man, if nothing else, I'm going to try and get the 2 for the win. And if nothing else, maybe I can get 1. And if Once Bitten doesn't get any, then I'll come in second. But let's see what happens. All right, so here we go. We're running pitch battle. Just kind of threw some terrain down. He's going to start with this chimera there. I'm going to have my little units of the 5 knights of the realm, but for the most part, he has a lot more meaningless drops. Like, he does a second chimera, but I mean, those things can fly wherever he wants. So I do another unit of 5 to try and get something out, and he goes for his big unit here of the 29 warriors. So that's interesting to see. I'm trying to wonder if I should go for the flank or whatever, but I decide in the end, let's just take the big unit of the Knights Errant with the +1 strength and put it there to try and counter them. He goes with a chariot. I go with a small unit of knights. He goes for another chariot. And so I do another small unit of knights, just a place where I can put one of my killing blow characters. Then he does his Gorbeast chariot. I'm going to be doing my Grail knights just to get some more punch here to deal with his Magra unit. Because now that I know where his units are, I can kind of guess where the rest is. But he puts these guys way on the side. And I love seeing that because now they're kind of separated. So I can kind of make this work where I need to charge them and break them. So he's going to put down his Demon Prince now. Of course, his BSB is in the unit. I got to decide where to put my characters. But of course, my BSB is going to go over here to try and charge and break. And then I'm going to put 1 killing blow lord in each of the other Knights of their realm units, just so I can try and killing blow something. The real game plan here is to stay away from the Demon Prince, and then just to try and kill whatever I can. So, of course, I pray he's going to go first. A lot is going to be pretty easy because I don't have magic, I don't have shooting, he doesn't have shooting, so it's going to be a pretty easy game to do, actually. We try to just get rid of the hill because hills don't do much, and I mean, we're still marking it, but no reason to have his stuff fall down. I also should mention his guy there looked amazing. His Demon Prince is from Demon Forge or whatever. But yeah, he has Banner of Swiftness on his warriors, so they're going up pretty fast. His other guys are going up pretty fast. Maybe so I need 11 to charge them. So I'm actually going to need something to kind of get in their way. Well, at this point, he rolls his magic dice. Gets not too bad, 6 dice, but he's going to fail to cast his first spell, and that's the magic phase. So again, Lore Metal is so deadly to my Bretonnians that I'm getting pretty lucky here. So now it's my turn, and I'm going to have a little bit of trouble getting these Grail Knights away here, but I'm basically just offering them up, saying, hey, charge me, I'm going to hold because I'm steadfast, and then I'll counter. So that's probably the best way to get this done. Otherwise, this is really hard because of how, you know, he kind of has the same range. Now, the nice thing is on the other side here is I don't really care if his chariots charge me because I'm going to be steadfast, and I'm going to try and killing blow him anyway. So I'm pushing up on units there, otherwise being somewhat careful. These knights are going up to try and bait him so I can try and get a flank. But yeah, that's really my turn. He's seeing how far he has to go. He tries not to charge, fails, so he has to go for it anyway. So that's pretty good news for me. He charges these knights here. Of course, I flee. He's going to decide not to redirect, so that's going to make it easier for me. But he also charges with the Chimera. This will try and send these guys even farther away. So they're really far back. They should rally because I'm really close there. Of course, the Skull Crushers get in because, you know, it's not a far charge. And it turns out he actually gave them the Ranger standard. So that means you don't have to worry about any of these tests going through. It's just one of these things you almost never see. But, hey, you know, why not? If you got the points, you don't want to lose wounds on your, you know, very critical skill crushers. So, hey, you know, can't really blame him there for that. Meanwhile, he's trying to decide where to fly all his beasties, and he's kind of going for this gap in the middle. And that's bad, but it's also not too bad because hopefully I can now just rush away from him. The chariots and things shifted over, not too bad there. He's going to go for his magic phase here, and it's going to be a horrible magic phase because he's not going to get too much done here. I believe he fails his first one again. But yeah, the biggest thing here is that his block of warriors only failed the charge and went up 3. If they would have gone up any farther, I would have had a flank. But whatever, that's not too bad. It's not a deal breaker. It's still a thing where I'm just slowing him down. So right here we're doing the combat. Of course, he's going to do some stuff to me. I'll do a little bit back. I think he actually did. Oh, what is it? This turn? I don't know. I did nothing to him back this time. You know, it's pretty damn hard, but, you know, even with him killing lots of guys, I'm steadfast. I got a BSB. I'm totally fine. And then I'm just going to reform just to get more attacks so that on this next turn I can really do as much as I can to smash them and then break them. So I charge there in the flank. As long as I break them, I got the 1 virtue. I charge into a chariot. As long as I kill it, I'll get another virtue. And otherwise, yeah, I'm just basically rallying with my knights and then kind of moving around. Of course, I'm not going to charge into the warriors without a flank, so I'm just going to back up just to stall for time. And everything else is just like, all right, if you want to charge this unit, whatever. I'll have a shot for killing blow. That's the guy with the tress, so I'll be hitting his Demon Prince on a 2+. And that's really it. So at this point, we're going to combat, and I killing blow that thing. So bam! There's my first heroic killing blow ever. I got the virtue, so that's fantastic. And now we're going to do this side. And amazingly, I started wondering if I was going to screw myself over because I was doing too many wounds. You know, he does a challenge to me, fails to kill me. I do like a couple of wounds back. And I'm like, whoa, what happens if I just wipe out the unit and there's nothing to break? So luckily, when I keep on rolling this out, my luck ends. And I mean, they're pretty damn tough. But yeah, he's going to do some wounds to me. I'm going to eventually, you know, kill some stuff back. He's going to break because I have so much static combat res here. And I'm going to catch him. So it's basically just the point here of me rolling all these dice. I always love putting out the dice for these charges. And, you know, it's just so many dice. Unfortunately, of course, you're going to miss a lot. And, of course, they're kind of tough. And only horses ever seem to do anything. But, yeah, he's going to save everything. No big deal there. We're going to count up the combat res. But like I said, I got, like, all the different ranks I need, the banners, the flank, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to catch them and go pretty far with both units. My Grail Knights are going to be going into the flank of those other knights. That's not exactly what I wanted. So that's whatever. At least I get to do some damage. And these guys are here too. Now, the worst case scenario would be that he beats me and overruns into the other unit. But what can you do? Just doing a little bit of dangerous terrain there for going over the walls. And that's pretty much it. So now we're going to go back to his turn. And, he's going to have some easy charges here. But one of the ones that sucks is that he charges this unit, and I fail my terror test. Way to go, brave lord. So he's taken off. That's not something I had planned. We kind of mess up here, and he rolls for distance first, and he actually gets it. So he's going to be killing them. And this is where you have to talk about how, you have to declare these things first, and blah, blah, blah. You declare the charge, I do my reaction, you do all your declarations, and then you resolve them. But whatever, the Demon Prince decides to go after the other knights. I flee. That's going to be no problem. And then he's going to be trying to charge the other knights. Now, what I should have done is just, there goes that big unit, what a waste. But I should have fled, because if I would have fled, he'd been here looking the wrong way. Now what's going to happen is he could always beat me up and then reform to turn around. So that was kind of a fail. I should have just fled. Chariot's turning to look at me. Other Chimera's going to fly over here and do his breath attack to me. But, strength 4 to knights is not that big of a deal. So, whatever. But, I mean, in a game like this, his breath weapon was never going to do that much. So doing it here and hitting 9 guys is really going to be his best option. So here's going to go. Wah! He's going to breathe fire all over me. But as I remember it, I don't fail any of them. But, yeah, there you go. Just nothing. But what are you going to do, right? Might as well use it now. So now we're going to be doing some magic, I believe. Oh, are we still fighting? I lost track where we're at. We'll see where I start taking models off. We must be doing one of the combats here now. Oh, yeah, we're down with the Demon Prince. He's going to kick my butt, but he's going to fail the test to not chase me. And, yeah, go right to there. I believe this is the magic phase rolled like double 1, so really garbagey. So we got really lucky there. Demon Prince is off the board. That's going to kind of mess him up. And otherwise here in the combat, he's going to have his BSB coming over. I'll take the challenge with one of my Grail Knights here. And, yeah, he's pretty good. He's, well, I mean, of course, he's himself, right? He's going to be -1 to my armor save. He's already pretty good already. So I'm going to be slowing dying here. But the big thing is if I ever refuse it, I'm going to be giving up my ward save. So it's better for me to be getting my butt kicked, giving him his rolls on the Eye of the Gods, as opposed to just whatever. So here in this combat, I am really worried because, again, if I break here, I'm in a lot of trouble. So I really need my Grail Knights to hold. They did some damage. Of course, it's nice that I'm on the flank and all this stuff. So, he's going to be rolling his dice here. Luckily, his impact hits and stuff. At strength 5, I still have a 4+ armor and a 5+ ward. And the good news is I was making all this stuff. So here we go. I lost by a bit, and with the reroll, I held. So this is massive. He's going to turn to face, but now I have a turn to either get away or deal with it. So his chariot's just kind of moving over and stuff like that. But here I'm going to charge into its flank, and yeah, that's going to really help. I want to try and find a way to get my BSB out of the way, but at this point, I'm going to fail my March test, so that's not going to happen. My other knights failed to rally, kept on going, stayed on the board. Over here, we had a thing where I thought I could reform to face him, but because my center was so close, it wasn't possible. So what I did instead is just pass my test and decided to just march over here. He can still actually get to my flank, and I think I failed my March test, but if he hits my flank, I don't really care. I can go for the heroic killing blows again. I'm going to have all my ranks, my banner, and I'm just going to beat him and break him anyway. So now we're doing the combat here. Again, it's really easy to do these combats when there's no shooting and magic. We're going to be doing another challenge. He's going to be killing another Grail Knight and all that fun stuff. And I'm just really looking forward to crushing these guys, because with all these attacks and me hitting him on the flank, and these are my strength 6 guys, I'm going to be smashing him good. And if I break this unit, I am sitting in a great spot, because I've already earned both my virtues. If I can kill off these units and just basically run away from his flyers, I am set. So here I'm going to go and I'm going to roll all these dice for my big, huge charge. He kills a few more Grail Knights than I would have thought, but whatever, no big deal. You fail some tests sometimes. But now I'm going to be rolling tons of dice, and I'm just going to be crushing them. But now we're going to have a few more attacks. Now it's roll time. And then I realized, damn it, I hit on 5s. So I roll all the dice, and I do some wounds, but it's really not the crushing stuff you'd expect. I mean, when you're charging other stuff, and you're hitting on 4s and killing on 2s, that's one thing. But these guys here, you're hitting on 5s, and so now we're going to be adding this all up. He's going to end up losing by 1, I believe. But the big thing here is that he's going to be steadfast, and he's just going to hold anyway because he has high leadership and he has a BSB. So did not break him. That's not really good for me. Now it's back to his turn. His Demon Prince is going to be coming over here. He's going to be charging into my flank with that chariot, because why the hell not? His other Chimera is going to be ditching those guys over there and coming back more to the central of the board. So, yeah, he's just going to be flying back here now. I'm going to be moving my Lord to go and fight him. Other Chimera flying around just to be a real pain. I think it was a better spot where he was before, but because he's kind of blocking me from hitting the chariot. But whatever, it doesn't really matter at this point. He's just trying to cover all of his angles. At this point here, he's going to be rolling his dice. I believe this was another double 1 or something for his magic dice. He was really rolling really bad for his magic phases. So now we're just going to start doing the combats. Over here, he impacts and he kills some guys, and bam! I'm going to get my second heroic killing blow. So I've never got any before, and hey, I've already heroic killing blow 2 chariots. So I'm feeling really good about this. And now it's fight time here, and I really think that if nothing else, I should be able to, with static res, really do fairly well here. The problem is that as he starts attacking, of course he kills one guy in a challenge, but he's just going to keep on killing guys. With them attacking me, I have a 3+ save, a 5+ ward, so I should be pretty good, but I just keep on failing these saves. So he's going to be killing off all my Grail Knights, which was not part of the plan whatsoever. And, yeah, all of a sudden it's going to be not the super combat I thought it was going to be. Now, one of the things you can kind of see looking at this is that my BSB unit could charge in there. However, my BSB has already taken 1 wound from one of the Skull Crushers. So, yeah, he really doesn't want to go in there whatsoever, because if I just take that 1 more, I lose him. Now, I've already earned the virtues, but in order for me to get them at the end, I either have to win the game, which is going to be difficult, or I have to keep the characters alive. And right now, I'd really rather just keep them alive. So, in that combat there, luckily, it's basically a push. He turns to face me. I'm in big trouble. So now I'm going to decide to go for Operation Keep My Characters Alive. So the 1 unit backs up with the Lord that got the killing blow 1. My BSB passes his March test, just gets the hell out of there. And otherwise, that Lance just waits there to die. My guys on the board at the top are going to rally this turn. He's going to do a challenge with my Don Quixote conversion there. Of course, I'm just going to get crushed. But, yeah, these guys, he also got his Plague of Rush spell at me at some point. So between all this, these guys just don't stand a chance whatsoever. And this is going to be his, somewhere around here, he gets 12 dice. And, yeah, that's going to be really bad. That's going to be coming up. There's a little surprise for you. Next turn is going to be his 12 dice magic phase. But right here, we still got some Bretonians to kill. So we're rolling the dice. Right now, deciding whether he's going to chase me or not. He decides not to. So I'm just going to end up kind of down here. He can easily just charge me with the Chimera and send me off anyway. But he's then going to try and turn, just look at my other unit. Because at this point here, he knows just needs to kind of hunt me down. And then he starts measuring range to my BSB, and I'm going, no, don't go after my BSB. Just let my guys please live. Luckily, the Chimera decides to go after these guys instead, so he's going to charge them, send them off the board, unless he redirects or something. But, yeah, so there he goes. I roll. I'm still on the board, so hurrah, that's pretty nice. But, I mean, he's going to come and just kill me anyway. Big Lance gone. So the other Chimera is, well, first the Demon Prince comes over. The other Chimera is going to pass its March test, come over here. He was hoping to flame me, but this is the one that already used its flame breath, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to remind him he still has to move his other warriors here, so they're going to keep on coming at me. So, we're going to come and get you. But, for the most part, I can always just run past them. I'm just going to be nice and saying about this. But there you go. Boom. Double six. All the dice he has. And I can tell he's going to try and kill my BSB. So he goes for the big one where he gets like 2d6 hits on me and all these things. And he gets with irresistible force. 7 hits. He's going to wound on a 2+. And yeah, I didn't roll 7 sixes. So that's dead. And it says, no! At this point here, unless I win the game now, I am screwed. So, yeah, that's so bad. The miscast is like 1 wound to him. We have the other combat here. He's going to be charging in with the chariot. And the nice thing here is I'm going to do a wound to it. And I'm going to have a lot of combat res. I mean, that's the thing, is you can charge in with these knights. But like I said, I'm left with like a 4+ armor and a 5+ ward. And then I still have all that combat res there. So at the end of the day, he's going to break. And it's going to make it for a pretty interesting situation. So let's wait for this stuff to happen. There he goes. And now it's like, well, damn, I got him on both sides. So I go for the double charge, one on either side, because what I can still do is if I can destroy this unit, I can then probably win the game, because most of the stuff is dead. And if I can either tie or win the game, then I still get both the virtues. So he makes a challenge. I take it with the lords. I can try and killing blow him. I figure he's not going to go through all 3 of my wounds, right? He is pretty beefed up from all of his stuff. I'm just right now looking up the stats, making sure my saves. I gotta make 3 of them. I fail everything. So, now both my characters are dead from the virtues. I mean, really now, without his help, I'm going to try and break this unit with a double charge. But once I start rolling saves, my guys are dying by the handful. And that's just not going to help anyone. So he's just going to keep on the killing. When he attacks me, I'm failing my saves and dying. When I'm attacking him, even though I'm going to have so many dice, because I'm hitting on 5+, it's just going to kind of fail for the most part. And then when I got a wound, I got to roll a 3+, and of course I'll roll my 3+ and get a 4+. And yeah, so I'm just not going to do too much to him. I'm going to break with one of my units, and he's going to easy now turn around and just crush the other unit. So unfortunately here we're going to go to his turn. He's going to be moving some stuff, but I actually lost power while this was rendering, so this is going to stop any second here. But at this point we know the game is over. He's going to charge me, send these guys off, and that's really the game. I'm going to cry now. Damn it, damn it, damn it. So, there I thought it was like, this is brilliant. Everything was going completely to plan. I had it set up great against the Skull Crushers, coming to the Grail Knights. I'm steadfast. Counter, I got a virtue. I go up against those chariots. Heroic killing blow. Heroic killing blow. I got that virtue. And all I need to do is win or avoid him, and then everything went to hell. I mean, first of all, he charges into the unit with the other lord, and I'm thinking this will be okay. I fail that terror test, lose that whole lance and the lord, and then, yeah, things just kind of went south from there. So, I don't know. This was kind of a rough way to end it, especially because within it, I thought I had a really good chance. And especially at the end there where, he gets off the irresistible force. He melts my BSB. And at that point there, I knew that I was in a lot of trouble. I did have the option where maybe instead of charging for the double charge, I could just ran away with the knight there, the lord. But then he could have just tried melting him too. Or I could have just tried charging in the rear and holding him up so I'm safe in the unit. But when I looked at everything, I mean, who wants to be second place, right? I might as well throw everything chips in and try and tie for first. But I gambled, I lost. It's just the way it is. So there you really have it. At this point, I still have to see how Once Bitten does for his games. If he gets no virtues, which I doubt will happen, then at least we'll tie and I won't be last place. But there you go. Anthony is going to be at least, if not nothing else, sharing first place. But hey, it's like my grandfather always says, ladies first. So thanks for watching. Bye.